Alright guys, we're live a minute, one singular minute earlier than expected. But I guess it's like 3 minutes because of the delay, but it'll work itself out. How you doing there, Zombie Grub?
I'm good, thank you.
I am very glad to hear you have the right mic working now. That's a good sign over here. Let me adjust
Yeah.
this though. You're so quiet again. Let me move that up. Yeah. Say something again.
Hello, check.
Okay, cool. I don't want to make it too much. Anyways, so we were having some problems with check-in related things. Hopefully they're all resolved now. We had a lot of problems with the brackets in general because the ones created by Oli Moly last month were not correctly posted on Team Liquid, I guess, so they linked to the wrong cups. So several people were signed up for the wrong one and not for today's. We've been trying to redirect and get everyone in and involved. We had something like 52 signups, but only like 18 people checked in because they were trying to check into the other one. So we are trying to make sure everyone who's actually here and wants to play today gets a chance to actually play today. So you may have to settle through a few minutes of us just kind of fiddling with this, guys, but hopefully it won't take too long. There you go. Dares is still spamming people. Also, people were really late to the channel. I'm not sure if you were online or not, but up until like about 5 minutes ago, there was like 4 people in the BaseTradeTV channel. I'm not sure what's up with that either, but today's just seems to be of a slow Monday for everybody involved, I guess. How did your Nova stream go?
It was okay. I don't know if I really like the Nova missions.
Did you beat it, like the final one?
No, I got like a couple minutes into it, and then I was gonna probably lose anyway, so I was like, I'll just restart it.
I had to restart that final mission about 3 or 4 times. I was not proud of that, but it was actually genuinely tough, and I enjoyed that part of it at least.
Yeah, I mean, I like the second mission had it like was really fun. The defend one, that was cool, but the actual like missions are just. I have no idea what's going on in the story. I don't care.
Look, all you need to know is basically Space Hillary Clinton is on a rampage, okay? And your mission is to stop her. Thank you for that.
Dumb.
Who's that? Wooly Smash reset for 27 months, and then Silent Rebel just now reset for 2 months. Thank you guys both so much. Speaking of Silent Rebel, this reminds me, I've been seeing everybody tweeting about the Rogue One premiere coming up. Are you, I guess, in Korea going to be able to find tickets for that, or how's that going to work for you? Or do you even want to see it?
Yes. Yes, obviously. And yes, you can find tickets to one of the biggest premieres ever.
Well, so, again, that's the thing. I don't know how big that is in Korea or not. My understanding of movies outside of North America is pretty much that they usually come out later, so even when we saw the Fantastic Beasts movie in Korea, I was kind of like, whoa. Like, I didn't know that this would actually be here.
No, it's pretty. I mean, like.
So, I mean, thank you for the
really?
condescension, but.
Well, you're the same person that asked if the tap water is okay to drink.
Because I'd rather ask and look a bit silly than drink it and get sick.
It's true. It's true. That is not a bad thing to ask. But yeah, like most American movies, they might come out a little bit later, but I think it's actually coming out sooner in Korea, but they do come out in almost every single theater. So,
Cool.
If you look for the other type of movies, though, like Arrival, that's the name of the damn movie. Yeah, that one you might have a more tough time finding, because it's kind of like mid-release.
It wasn't marketed very well. I keep hearing so many good things about it, but I remember seeing like one trailer like 9 months ago type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I really want to see it too, but apparently that's just like you gotta go like the one movie theater somewhere else, not in Seoul. That's okay. I don't even want to see it with anyways.
Also, I'm guessing, is the PC Bong a little bit busier than normal today for you, or?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just that they're again like kind of right behind me. It was much worse than the Overwatch people right behind me.
Well, thank you to Sirocco for the 3-month resub and the K-Bot for the 4-month resub. Actually, Sirocco SC, quick question. I gotta ask, I remember there was, I doubt you're the same person and that's not what I'm asking, but several years ago I played a WoW with a guy named Sirocco and his wife, and then A couple years later, I remember bumping into somebody else in another game with the same name. Is that a famous name? Should I know that name for whatever reason? Just curious, that's all. Might be a pure coincidence. Willie T Squared says, Rifkin, if I sub with Twitch Prime, will I get another Prime sub on December 1 or December 28th? Ooh, I don't know how the cycles for that work, to be honest. You'll have to look into that elsewhere. I don't actually have a good answer for you, and I'd rather not give you the wrong information. So I will have to brush you off and say, Google it.
I love their response.
Brackets should be finalizing now at the time of us saying this. Again, there's stream delay, so they'll be done by the time you hear this, and you can probably safely look at the brackets. We do have some decent sign-ups, though. Of course, we really want to see people like Lily Kineen and the more inventive people out there, but I know Keen's in the middle of the bracket. We got Showtime actually in the bottom, ready to play against aLive in round 2. I'm thinking that might just be the one to go for. Topside's got Mana, though. So actually, considerable couple of good Protoss in this.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't have high hopes for the Protoss race for the next month, so maybe we should grab them while we can. Maybe it'll be bad games. I don't
know. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see. So the top side is like whatever. I'm more curious about the bottom side with what is possibly Showtime versus aLive. Not because of the Protoss element, because I want to see what aLive's doing right now.
Yeah, Terran also very curious. I mean, basically we know what Zerg's gonna look like. Zerg's kind of the ones that got buffed. Did they get a nerf?
Hang on.
The Ultra, technically, whatever.
So we made a Reddit thread, many tweets. I think Beastie may have been on the wrong bracket, which is a little frustrating because he's another player I want to see. Dares, if it's not too late, can you add him? Yeah, so again, problems are when Oli Moly made the previous month's thread, she linked all the brackets one week incorrectly. So luckily this hadn't started yet, and Dares is able to sneak Beastie into the bracket, which is nice. I'm just a little bit sad at whoever else might not have made it in. Same problem, same reasons. Please wait until Dares says the brackets are final before anyone starts games. Okay, well, we'll be getting this going in a moment. Hopefully this won't take too much longer to sort out the remaining hiccups here and there. I do have... Where did I put it? Oh, is it not in my room? I'm so stupid. I bought a Void headset for Black Friday, using their code on their site to get it for cheap, and it got here like next day type thing. So I've got a wireless Void headset I need to figure out how we can give it away for, and I feel like during the Corsair Cup seems like one of those good opportunities. So we'll have to put our brains together and think of a cool giveaway opportunity, guys. Thank you to What the Fuck Is He Doing? Just subbed with Twitch Prime. You know what, bro? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing like 99% of the time. Like, at all.
Most people don't. It's a human thing.
Apparently Sirocco is a type of car. Cool.
Sirocco. I just keep hearing Sriracha.
Okay, allegedly the brackets are final, so I'm going to give it a one last refresh. Looks like Showtime is moved over as Beastie fights against Stylish. Okay, that's an easy pick. We'll do Beastie versus aLive. Winner plays Showtime. I think that should be a good first couple matches.
Sure. I looked up this car, by the way. It's a Volkswagen. Not to dig too much on a car, but is that like a car that people want?
Hang on. Euthermal says... Wait, what's the map? Is Euthermal on the brackets? I don't see him on the brackets.
I don't see him.
Okay, well, we've got another problem where I guess the brackets don't have the the maps as they're supposed to. That'll get fixed in a moment. we are using the new maps at this point. So it's going to be Daybreak, Echo, Habitation Station, Newkirk, Overgrowth, Bunai, and Whirlwind, aka all the ladder maps. But yeah, let me turn the game sense back on so we don't have the awkward silencerino.
Yeah. Second round is the round of 16, so first round is going to be best of 1.
Yeah, are you able to host on Echo, or do I need to because of the
I
Korean
can
language
host.
thing? Okay, cool. So then, we'll cast Beastyqt versus aLive. That's going to be a best of 1. Winner plays against what is most likely going to be Showtime. I am curious which of these guys on the bracket, though, is Euthermal, if he's actually playing, or if he also fell prey to the whole wrong bracket thing.
Kind of looks like it.
Oh, good. Someone else over there has a cough, too. Maybe I picked it up from Korea.
Yeah, probably.
Well, there he is. Willie T squared with that Twitch Prime sub. Says it's 30 days after you make your subscription. Hey, now we all know. Thanks a lot, dude.
So, Echo?
Yes, it's Echo for the first
Echo.
map.
Come on. Don't give me that. Stop it.
Admiral Awesome says, I say give it to the person with the longest sub that's watching right now. I mean, that's easy enough. I want to make it fair game for everybody, though, dude. It's the Corsair Cup, and you guys are watching it. So we'll figure something out. Maybe if we don't give it away this week, we'll give it away next week for Corsair Cup. But thank you, Crazy Enough, for the 9-month resub as well.
Don't blame Korea.
Do you want?
I'm stuck entering lobby.
I was gonna say, do you want me to just host? I could just host. I feel like it'd be easier.
Well, it's just not entering lobby. So, yeah, you should probably try to host, but also to restart.
Okay.
An error has occurred. Okay, then.
Ah, maybe this is a mod-related thing. I'm getting hung up as well.
Oh,
Stuck
okay.
on entering game. Show the stream. Is anyone else stuck on entering game with the... Okay, well, it's going to be a little bit awkward if that's the case. It means we might not be able to use mods today. Oh, just kidding. It took a million years, but it finally went through.
Oh, that's good, because I tried making it without a mod, and it's stuck again.
Oh, okay. So patience is not just the virtue here.
I gotta log out again.
Maybe there's some lag or something going on.
Don't tell me there's an update. Don't lie to me.
Looks like a couple other people are feeling some lag spikes too, trying to create their lobbies.
Yeah, like briefly flashed one of those, like, we're down for service type dealios.
Yo, there was a weird thing today too, where when I logged in, it didn't auto log me, and it brought me to a login screen, and I was just kind of sitting there like, what?
I don't know. But we got the players! Yay!
Okay, let me shuffle aLive around with Beastyqt, and looks like we're gonna get this party started. I wish, for some reason, the chat would not overtake my entire screen. Ah! Okay. Let's wait and see if Beastyqt's ready. Okay, I'm gonna pass you, host.
Okay. I'll take that responsibility.
So I'm like 99% sure Ethereum was looking at a wrong or non-existent bracket, because he's talking about fighting against Guru, and like Guru's not on this bracket either. Guru's actually banned. If you guys didn't see, we put the smack down the hammer and all that. But oh, that's a nice way to start off the stream. We had a couple of people come in with those subs, but then Wolf sprinkles on some bits. Thank you so much. Woo! Also, I was looking into it. Apparently, the pinning thing wasn't enabled before. Is the pin cheering thing an option now? Those bits that Wolf put up, I guess, don't get pinned because he didn't leave a message. But if anyone does do bits, let me know if you don't see them getting pinned, because they should be now. Question mark? Anyways, first game of the day, best of one. This could go either way, especially in a mirror matchup. But my question to you, Zombie Grub, before we get into it, who do you think will go heavier on the Reapers?
No one. I think they go for equal amount of Reapers on Echo.
Oh, equivalent Reaper exchange. It's like the laws of alchemy. Understood.
Sure.
Well, you guys are, of course, watching the Corsair Cup. I normally have a really sweet, awesome Corsair overlay for the out-of-game stuff, but I actually couldn't find it today, which is a bit awkward. So we're rolling with the defaults, but do know that they're the ones making this possible. $100 every week coming out of Corsair's pocket for the StarCraft viewer to enjoy. But in the top left side of Echo, we've got the light blue Terran. It's Beastyqt.
In the bottom right has the red Terran. He's aLive.
Okay, so I did ask a question about Reapers in kind of a joking manner, but Reapers are a pretty big part of TvT, especially when it comes to the whole Reaper/Hellion opener that can sometimes end games.
I mean, yeah, it's always going to be a big part of TvT, even with the new tank and the new Viking. So that's why I said I think of like equal amounts of Reapers, whether it's one or two. I couldn't tell you, but it's definitely... I would say definitely not more than two. I don't go 3 Reapers anymore. And anything more would be silly. Anything more would be TY if you're asking on Echo.
Well, speaking of tanks and Vikings, that aside, we have been seeing Cloaked Banshee still be a pretty common part of this for openings, watching players like Innovation and other really good ones still reach that direction. So aLive and BC might just have what looks to be a pre-patch TvT up until the 10-minute mark, and that's when it starts sort of diverging afterwards. It is noting, though, that Beastie's not kicking off with a Reaper. Does have that double gas, so just faster on the starport, I suppose? I mean, the nice thing is, with the 2 gases, and the fact that he's... Okay, it's actually... Never mind, take that back. Reaper just comes down a bit later.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't go for that Reaper, that is actually a considerable amount of gas that boosts towards your tech. However, that also might leave us in that awkward situation with Mina, where you're rushing a battle cruiser and then one Banshee just kills you while it's building.
So even during the games with Mina, I kept hearing Mika and being like, she's not Terran. She plays this game?
How amazing would it be if the StarCraft Twitter social media handler was also like a Masters Terran player? I would fall in love.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, she's already pretty cool in like every other way, so I think that would just be unfair. Anyway,
like genetics, am I right?
Yeah, the whole she's like loves running thing. Like, oh god. Anyway.
Well, it looks like it is going to be Banshees at least out of aLive. BC could possibly be heading in that direction as well.
Sure. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Banshee versus Banshee. I mean, like, it was a common enough build back even before the patch, but it seems to be like everything we've seen so far, too. Of course, the more pressing question for me is on how much damage the Banshee's going to do, which is usually not enough to end the game, but if one person's going to follow up mech, I really think mech is the way to go, and I don't even like mech, but we saw the Terrans that not go mech in TvT.
I mean, even before the patch, mech was becoming a thing, with players like Beastie and Major playing TvT, showing that mech was still a very viable option. This Reaper, by the way, is going to get absolutely annihilated, so won't get much of a scout. We'll see. Did he confirm whether it was... No, we didn't get to see anything. He saw a factory that didn't have an add-on. It's very misleading as to whether this will be Banshees or not. Looks like aLive, though, is not going to take any chances and builds a Raven immediately after anyways. Raven's got a pretty significant change in the patch for those who haven't been keeping up to date, and one of those big things is the fact that the auto turret deals 24 damage a shot now instead of 16.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to mention the Raven upgrade just because we didn't really see the super cautionary Raven in last patch. Very, very rarely. And we usually follow up with a Cyclone and a Viking after all. But the Cyclone kind of sucks versus air now, and the Raven does have that upgrade. So you get a couple of Vikings after the Raven too, and you deal with the Banshee right off the bat. And you have a pretty good pressing force, even without that much on the ground.
Well, BC's going to take a bit of damage, but with the Raven coming out, he's not going to lose the game, that's for certain. Other side of the map's a little bit awkward because the SCV is shut down again. But oh, the Widowmine's going to go right into the Banshee, takes it out. BC unfortunately now loses all his offensive capabilities, but gains the ability to focus on the home front, I guess.
the upside, right? Glass half full deal. I mean, he won't be taking any more damage from the Banshee, but you losing his own like that is pretty bad. Oh, well, I almost lost it because that stupid auto turret.
It does so much damage now. It's so good. But okay, if you've been watching a lot of the Terran streamers out there, ZombieRub did bring up the question, like, is it going to be mech or what going forward? And if you have been watching, I'd say most of the Terran streamers and most of the games I've been tuning in for, not only has it gone in the direction of like maybe mech with a question mark, but usually with the end game still being a lot of focus on Ravens, which ends up being really, really funny to watch because we never got to see that in pro play ever, even before the patch. But I am wondering now, with the allure of Ravens being so good, is it finally the time that pros start using the Ravens more?
Oh god, I kind of hope not. I like the one Ravens for spellcasting and micro, but I really didn't like Mass Ravens.
Mass Raven also made it a little bit silly because of the way the new Seeker Missile works. I guess while we may not see it, it's worth noting for those watching, the Seeker Missile upgrade now lets it stick a little bit longer, so you have to walk even further for it to drop and disconnect and become a dud, which, long story short, kind of guarantees more Seeker Missile hits. Man, this Widowmine out of aLive has been seriously nasty. Got the Reaper, got the Banshee, got the Marine. And that Scouting Marine was meant to see that this push was coming, but Beasty is going to be playing in the dark. He's got one tank in the main, one tank in the natural, so he's not totally going to be out of position for this, but this is not something where I think he can deal with even the auto turrets, much less the oncoming tanks of aLive.
Yeah, exactly. I think the auto turret plus any of the Vikings landed, and that's actually a really good position. I don't know if it's game, because it's not that much of an armor splitter for disadvantage, but
oh my
dangerous.
God. One tank shot and two auto turrets melted that tank. That was like nothing. However, you guys will notice there's still not a lot of pushing power just yet. aLive's going to start leapfrogging forward. Beasty actually doesn't have anything covering this tank. Going to try desperately to repair it, but Viking's going to land. Auto turret comes down, not going to live for very long, and Beasty's pulling everything to try and stay alive in this game. Vikings have a lot of damage now. 20 damage a shot against these tanks, so he is going to be able to push this back. But it cost him 18 SCVs to do so. GG still get called, and looks like aLive will move on to the brackets.
So that was a game-ending push. I mean, the fear was there. We really are back to like Viking Wars in the early game being the defining moment of TvT, because when they land, they do so much damage.
Yeah, sorry, just communicating with Dares, trying to find a way to do this. I guess he doesn't know how to edit the brackets on the actual page to say what the map is for the round, so he's just communicating in chat. But anyways, looks like map 2 is gonna be Daybreak. Do you want to try hosting again, or do you want me to try?
I'm gonna try,
okay,
but it may not work.
All right, well, next one up is gonna be aLive versus Showtime, and this one's actually gonna be a best of 3, so stick around, guys, for a pretty good TVP when we come back.